Hey Jenny, what are we playing today?
Looks like we're gonna have some drumming fun.
That's right. We are playing the Nintendo Switch version of Taiko no Tatsujin, which will be called Drum & Fun when it releases in the West later. But it's kind of out in Japan and other Asian territories already, and it's already entirely in English, and it's the same game with all the same tracks and everything, so we're going to take a look at it, kind of give you a preview of what you're going to get later.
It's very exciting. It's a really cool game, and I'm so glad we're all going to get to enjoy it in every region.
Yeah. So I'm going to just jump into the regular Taiko stuff first. This does support motion controls. That's a choice. If you want to have fun and flail around wildly, that's a thing you can do. If you want to actually hit the notes at the right timing, that may not be your best option, but I'm sure people can get good at it.
Right, it might be a good idea for people who are just learning how to play, maybe for younger gamers.
Yeah, speaking of for younger gamers, this game has characters. It doesn't have the customization that other stuff has. But they do have special skills to help things, and like Kirby, makes the timing easier for you if you want to do that. We're going to bring Kirby in just to show off Kirby, because that's part of this game is these weird characters.
Yep, plus he has balloon support, which is very appropriate for Kirby.
Sure, yeah, I think.
I mean, he inflates himself and it's like a balloon and stuff.
Yeah, so this game's got a lot of songs, but I mean, to start, if we're going to do Kirby, we're going to do Kirby.
Right, and there's YouTube theme song, which is, yeah.
Yeah, we'll try a couple more weird songs before we get out of here. But let's jump into the Kirby medley, because that's what we're here to do. I'm gonna stick to normal for the video, just so it'll be easier to talk and play at the same time, but it'll still give you an idea of how the game works.
Right, I really like that pixelated one in the corner there.
It's a pretty interesting little Kirby for sure.
And the bottom left one over there was in the 3DS game. You could actually see that particular one in the RPG. So in this game, if you see certain icons, you only have to really be aware of hitting like on the edges of the drum or the center. And eventually there'll be like little things where you have to quickly hit a bunch of buttons. There'll be drum rolls and stuff like that. And right now, because this is a normal version, it's mainly just going to be hitting the red and the blue and not getting too complicated, not having too many notes thrown at Graham at once.
Yeah.
And each time you play at the bottom of the screen, there should be different little people there dancing for you. The better you do, the more little characters show up to join in. And if you do really well, then there'll be a whole big party. That usually happens once you get past the clear point, and Graham has done that, so now they're having a good time. Kirby
I'm definitely looking.
Well, I mean, don't look, you've got something else to do. You've got more important things. There's nice little tops there. The squids have fans. I honestly think they maybe should have had two fans. I mean, they've got so many arms, or legs. Whatever.
So for those of you at home, I would recommend not playing this game through various capture equipment. Because it does introduce a slight delay you gotta compensate for in ways that are difficult. But I compensated okay, I think. I can definitely do better than that when I'm playing normally. Not a lot better, I'm not saying I'm good, but I can do okay on normal.
I mean, still, getting a 49 combo is pretty good in the game.
The main thing is showing people what's in this game, right? So there's other game music, right? There's Super Mario Odyssey, Splatoon, this Pac-Man thing. This is the song from Nekotomo.
Yeah. It is only 2 stars in every difficulty.
It's, that's the song. This is the Idolmaster song.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Really? Oh, it's got branching paths there.
It's a lot. It's got a lot. I have not played Techno Drive, but maybe I'll look it up. There's some interesting racing songs and things in here that are kind of interesting. The Namco original songs are actually kind of fun. There's nothing like you would have heard of unless you've played a bunch of Taiko games, but.
So how does the song unlocking go in this? Because I know in the PS4 version that all the songs are just immediately available.
Yeah, so there's a couple that you unlock. It's, through playing a lot, basically. But there's a lot that's available at the beginning for sure. There's some pop stuff. I'm seeing if there's anything. There's the song from Your Name. Your Name is pretty good. If you haven't seen Your Name, you should probably see it. But if you see it and you like it, then hey, here's the song from that.
And even if you haven't seen it and you don't like it, the song's very good.
Yeah, right. It's. There's some cool songs.
There's some good choices.
So there's anime stuff, and there's a Studio Ghibli pack, which I definitely bought.
Yeah.
It's got some cool things in there. So it's got the Totoro song, because it's a Taiko game. If you've played any other Taiko game, there's like a 65% chance that Taiko game has the Totoro song on it, something like that. This one didn't have it, but hey, DLC, how about you get it?
And now you've got it.
Yeah, it's back.
It's funny that the easy is 2, the normal is 3, and the hard was 1 star.
Right, but hard one, it's one of those games where hard one is still harder than
right.
Scott. And then there's this thing from I don't even know.
I don't know it either.
That it was free DLC. It was that and the big mecha character. So presumably they're related in some way.
Right.
There's some cool songs in here. There's, for example, the Japanese version of How Far I'll Go.
Yeah.
As I understand it, that is what we're getting in the Western release, is the Japanese version of How Far I'll Go.
I mean, which is fine, because it sounds very good in that language.
Yeah. There's the Yokai song.
Yeah.
If you didn't pick up Yokai Watch Dance for imported Wii U, I suppose you could do this. But everybody imported a Wii U to play Yokai Watch Dance. Yokai Watch this dance. Yeah, right?
Of course, yeah.
Everyone did that. That was not just me as a joke.
Ooh, Cruel Angel Thesis has branching paths. Well, only on the insane difficulty.
It's a lot. And, we got some Vocaloid songs. Apparently, YouTube needed a theme song. I wonder if they'll get mad if we play the YouTube theme song on a YouTube video.
I don't know. I mean,
seems like they'd be fine with it, right? Like
it seems like, yeah. I mean, it's YouTube.
All right, let's do one more, and should we do the YouTube song?
Let's do the YouTube song.
Okay.
You've never done this before, though.
I have done this, but I haven't done it as Kirby. So since the characters had different modifiers, they have different high scores. See. If you want to play every song as every character and every difficulty, good luck. But that's why I mostly play as Katsu.
Yeah. The animation on that guy on the bottom screen is something. There are some really cool characters here. They're usually kind of referencing different characters, maybe Japanese mythology or something like that. And also, there's little bells and instruments. You'll see kind of tambourine. You'll see drumsticks. There's a nice little theme going for it. It's very cool. And it's cute how Kirby is very expressive when he's doing this, so you actually see his reactions when Gran is getting the notes properly, when he's getting a miss, he's really just going to town and he's rejoicing. I feel it kind of a nice counterbalance. The Kirby is so perky and happy, and the guys in the bottom of the screen, they're just so serious about everything.
Yeah.
And now we have different kinds of fish and kites. It's so cute. I love how there's always that randomized element there. And when you're part of the audience, you can actually appreciate those characters in the bottom screen. Otherwise, if you try to look down when you're playing, it's not good. Now we got some whole other people joining this party. Everybody's coming in. You can do it. You did it. You did it.
It's a little stressful.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
I mean, considering the captioning and everything, you did very well with the delay.
full disclosure, we got some new equipment in the studio today. It's definitely not. We definitely have a studio. That's not. But yeah, see, for example, hey, I played 30 times, so I gotta do something.
Yeah.
Fairly standard. One thing I do want to show off. Unfortunately, I don't have other people around. I would love to show some of how it gets really interesting. There's the main thing. The reason you play this version of Taiko over other versions of Taiko is the party game functionality for up to 4 people. And so if you like stuff like Rhythm Heaven, if you like mini games, that's kind of what we're getting into here.
Sure. Maybe like Super Beat Sports?
Hey, if you've played Super Beat Sports, thank you. Thank you for being a good person. That's a good game. You should go try that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there are different types of games here. There are versus games, there are team versus games, and there are co-op games.
Oh, how cute!
Like, for example, beach ball is like, hit it and then keep hitting it with the right timing to keep all the beach balls from falling onto the ground.
Cool.
Long jump rope. It's just thinking about long jump rope.
Yeah.
So, you got dance. There's a whole bunch of things.
Which do you like best?
I was just going to show there's like ninja training. There you got. Anyway, you can see there are question marks below each one. There's expert versions of each thing after you've played it a few times. I think for the purposes of this, I would like to show off the very first one, which is Lantern Eel Sushi. Which is a call and response thing. It's like a very Parappa thing. But it's fairly easy to get. All of these games, you just have to hit like a button. I think there might be a game where you need to hit a second button, but generally speaking, you just hit a button to timing, and that's how the game works.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there are a couple buttons where you have to hit 2 buttons. All right. So. Okay. So he's gonna say a thing, and then I have to repeat it. Oh, okay. I gotta figure out the timing. It is not that.
I do like the premise of the game, and I like the way that it's all laid out.
Yeah, timing is important in this.
Yeah. Katsu is pretty cute when he does the flailing on the ground.
He's doing a lot of it.
Oh no!
Okay, the delay on this is really messing me up.
Yeah, it's just not.
Okay, I'm picking up a couple.
Yeah.
It's interesting because
is.
there are times where you have to actually just listen because he says it and it doesn't show on the screen because it's all covered up. It's interesting. It's an interesting game.
Yeah, I really like the idea of it. It seems like it could be a good one to have around if you're gonna have friends come by and play with you.
Yeah, it's really cool for that. Especially some of the co-op stuff and the team stuff. I would not recommend doing the team stuff with 3 players. The computer's either incredibly good or incredibly bad at the games.
Okay.
And so having 3 humans, it means in the team games that means 2 humans against 1 human and either an incredibly good or incredibly bad player. And so that's not particularly balanced, but if you have 4 players, that's good. And if you have 2, you can, each have a computer partner. It's probably the way to go.
Is there one minigame where you saw the computer was particularly bad at playing?
There are a few. For example, let's go look at the teams. Cake Tower. The computer's not very good at Cake Tower.
Okay.
In that one, you are alternating, climbing up, so you gotta keep your timing going. Hit. So that one's They're pretty bad at that.
Yeah.
They're usually pretty good at things.
Yeah, because it seems like that is something you'd want to have somebody right there with you, so you could really work on it together.
Yeah. I'm gonna try one more and see if I can undo one with the delay here.
Okay.
Full runner is a runner.
Oh.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. You run left or right. You're trying to collect all the stuff.
Oh, they're so cute.
All right.
You're doing it.
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah. I like the scenes when you're doing this endless runner, how you actually see some of the characters in the background.
Yeah.
It's very well handled.
And like the challenge of something that is higher, you really have to like your timing needs to be better for it. It's subtle, but it's effective.
Yeah. And I like that the different screens do look a little bit different, so it's not like each person is seeing the same run.
Well, we all get the same note chart.
Right. But I mean, like, when in the background, like, the top one has a lantern eel, and you have Junata right now, you have the tigers showing up, and...
I wonder if that has anything to do with performance or if it's just random. Oh, I think I still did pretty all right.
I think you did very well.
But I like that game. That one's kind of interesting. You know, it actually, like, how long you press matters.
You did it!
Yeah!
Well done.
Yeah. So they're cool little games. I mean, they're not like so tiny, right? Like they're long enough that they feel meaty. I think what it reminds me most of is like the sort of mini games like in Pokemon Stadium. In fact, there are a couple that are basically the games from Pokemon Stadium, but they're pretty cool. Like for example, there's the honeybee, which like a honey will show up in the center, and like you have to be the first to get to it. If you try to go too early, you'll miss and be out for the round. Like the flower will open up based on timing. That one's kind of fun. Yeah, there are some cool things, and I think if you really want to dive into this version of the game, that's kind of what you're getting into. Because there's not like a lot of unlockable stuff. There's not the PS4 thing with like the customizable characters and online like sharing records with friends and things like stuff. That's not really what this version's about.
But it's almost like this version is really more about playing with other people, because here you can have up to 4 people playing the party games, and the PS4 one you're just really limited to 2 people only.
I do wish you could play Taiko mode with more than 2 people in this game. The Wii U games you could play 4, and the Wii games you could play 4. So the Switch, it's a little sad to see that we're down to that, but it's okay.
Maybe in the next one. I mean, there's going to be another one.
That's definitely... Well, yeah, knowing how they make these Taiko games, they don't make just one Taiko game because they can replace all the songs and release it again.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, that's the game. Thanks for checking it out with me, Jenny. If you want to check out the game for yourself, you can import it. You can get it in the Japanese eShop, or you can, wait for it to get released in this territory. That might make sense. It's coming out this fall.
What they could do is there's a demo on the Japanese eShop where you can go ahead and just grab the demo and test out. I can't remember what the 2 songs are, but I'm pretty sure there are 2 songs in that, and it's free. Yeah.
It's definitely worth checking out. If you don't have a Japanese eShop account, I would wholly recommend it. It's so easy to do on Switch, and there's some cool stuff you can check out. But yeah, that'll be it for us. Check back next time. We'll talk about something else.
Great.